Hey there, thanks for joining us at the Rabbit Hole of Research, where you'll learn a few facts that you can impress your friends with at a party. Hey, welcome back to the Rabbit Hole of Research. Down here in the basement studio, got me, Joe.
You got Nick.
We've got Nick.
Georgia.
We've got Georgia. And we actually have a special guest with us.
Oh, well, hello there.
Hello.
Yeah.
My name's Katie.
We got Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Katie.
Coming all the way from DC.
From DC to the basement studio. We got a full house.
Full house tonight.
3 mics occupied. So
Is it? Yeah.
there's a fifth mic.
I was like, I thought we had more.
There are more, but this is all we have set up in the basement studio. People have seen pictures.
I mean, I thought the
studio.
fifth mic was given to the ghost that
Yeah,
we
the
summoned
ghost. That's
last
right.
month.
Last month?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I don't know what Nick's talking about. The other day we're going to talk about perception and perspective.
Georgia got that one.
So that's what we're talking about. So, yeah. Cool.
Do you have a list here, Joe?
I have lists, but I like going in with the definition because perception and perspective, they're kind of sound close. So maybe I'll.
I'm pretty sure we also had the same discussion between you, me, and Georgia.
Might have been one of the few times we talked about this.
I think I had the one word. I think now I don't remember which one. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, no, that's not what we're doing. We're doing perception, not perspective. And then Nick was like, yeah, well, what's the difference?
Yeah.
So here, Joe, tell us.
Yeah. So
wait, should we have Katie? Do you want to tell us where? I don't know.
Didn't she do that already?
She did say Washington, D.C. Never mind. Sorry.
It's all good.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
My perspective of this is no.
It's just your
It's weird.
perception.
Let me get some definitions here. We're already in the episode. Yeah. So perception, I guess, is the process of interpreting sensory information, the immediate, often unconscious filtering of sensory data through which we view the world, influenced by biology, attention, memory, and context. You can think of it as what am I seeing or what am I aware of? Perspective is the interpretive framework or worldview applied to what we perceive, influenced by beliefs, culture, experience, and ideology. Think, how do I understand or interpret what I see? Other ways to think about it, if you're more computer literate, is that perception is the hardware. The senses gather data, but they are imperfect, easily tricked, and biased. And perspective is the software, your mental framework interpreting the sensory feed. And a play between your perception and perspective is where attention and really good stories can lie.
How do you mean?
Well, so one of the easiest ways is just if you think about you have a shift in your perception. So new data, altered states, things like that. Then that will start creating tension in the story as the protagonist is going through, and us as readers or viewers going through that story with them and interpreting the data on our own versus how the characters, the sixth sense. We can go there. It's a very easy one. It's
Don't
over 20.
spoil it.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this movie about, Joe? I don't think I've seen it. What?
It's about a kid that sees dead people.
I see.
Yeah, that's kind of it. But yeah, you had that in there where we had the perception of what was happening and what we thought was happening, what the character thought was happening. And then we were making perceptive kind of judgments about the story, and that tension was building, trying to figure out what was going on. And then you get at the end, you get that nice twist where, everything you thought was going on, right? You got that different information. So I think that's one way that you could set it up. And there's a number of movies that do that. Go. Yep.
Oh, and speaking of writing and books and how this falls into that, is point of view,
Yep.
and that's your perspective.
That's right.
So a book could have several point of views in the same book.
Mm-hmm.
How you look at, and you're looking at the same situation.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
My first thought was art. Like maybe it's because I was staring at the gallery of art as I was doing research for this. But yeah, then I ended up pulling up a few books about perception and art, and I went too deep. So many notes.
You went deep down a rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pulled out some children's books about perception, such as I Hear a Pickle. It's a great book if you haven't read it.
I don't know if I've heard that one.
Now, where did you pull these out of? I'm sorry.
The public library.
Okay.
Of course.
Had to make sure.
The thing I work at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So this is the second episode we've had 2 librarians on.
I know, this is weird.
This is it, yeah. So
It's like we
That's
try to
the
support
best.
librarians or something.
That's the best.
We know what we're doing.
What was the other episode?
That
It was Mary.
yeah.
I know what was the topic. not who-
Multiverse.
Oh, multiverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perception.
Both
and-
of
yeah,
them
right.
are
Kind of very similar in that way.
Both
Yeah,
in the
I was
same
trying to
wheelhouse.
remember. I knew who was on. It was like what I knew
Okay.
Mary's name. It was the topic.
What was the
Sorry.
topic? Yeah,
Right.
multi.
Yeah, because the board doesn't go back that far.
That was season 1.
No,
Oh, it
wasn't
was.
that
It
season
was.
1?
It was the.
See, so my
Wasn't it?
version of time does not add up
Is
correctly.
that not what you perceive?
That's not. Yeah, right. You're not your perception. Of,
I don't know when I am, apparently, Georgia.
What year is it?
Who am I? What am I? Where am I?
What am I seeing? Yeah.
What were some of the other books that you?
No shade to the author of this book, but I was reading something called Key to Perception. And it was a little like woo-woo-y for me. And it just like, I will say, like, I scanned this book mostly. And like, they really got into the weeds of, I don't know, it's like kind of like witch adjacent. And I'm like, you go, girl. But this is not what I was expecting when it was like the
It was
title
a
was, Key to Perception. I'm like, oh.
It's a different rabbit hole altogether.
Yeah. A lot of spiritual. At one point, I was reading about.
Is that why you were telling me that?
Yeah, that's why I texted you that. I got weird thing. At one point, she was talking about intoning of e-ah-oos. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Apparently, it's like a breathing technique that you're supposed to like get your perception going and like into the spiritual world. I don't know. I know too much about this now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Where you go?
Wait, where is the science to this one?
Yeah, I know.
but I know.
We'll have, to
Different
get
science
that,
to
we'll have
this?
to get that in the show notes. No, I got nothing with no EIOs.
Actually,
That sounds like something else.
Actually, it reminds me of like when I was an undergraduate, one of the first years, like it might have even been the first year, and I was at ASU, and it was a huge seminar class, and it was like human sexuality 101. And the guy that taught it was like, I'm serious, I think he was like 80 years old.
Same. I
Yeah.
had someone.
And he'd been teaching it for many years, but he had the ooh-ah
Yeah.
method. Yeah. Yeah.
What is
It
this-
was very
what is it?
scientific.
I
If you're enjoying something, you want to,
Really.
let them know. So you say, ooh, ah.
And that would affect the
What?
that would be the perception that you're enjoying it, and the perspective. Then the other person will have their perspective
Right.
action, so that would fit into your perception and perspective. That
It's about communication.
communication, unless you're faking, and then that's the.
Wait, so what are we
That's a
talking about
problem.
now? I'm sorry.
We're talking about perception and perspective, and how easily your senses can be fooled. So
And
that's
very
it, by
scientific.
saying ooh and ah.
There's some very scientific ooh-ah research.
Research.
I need to get into this research.
Wow.
How do I find this? Do I get a suit at the end?
Yeah, you'll get a suit. Yeah, you get something. I don't know.
No, at the end, you actually get feeling the presence of spirits and energies.
Ooh.
Is that what
I
she
mean-
Just
said?
keep on and you'll get there.
Always.
Yeah. Don't. Did you get anybody do that? The dress thing, the dress challenge.
Yes.
Oh,
It was like
yeah. What
2015.
color
It
was
was
the
like
dress?
one was
Yep.
blue or gold, or was
Yeah.
it something like
I
that?
thought
Yeah.
it was
that.
white and gold, right? Or
Yeah.
black and
I
gold?
thought it was gold. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was blue and gold.
Maybe.
And that was
I
a
don't
whole
remember.
perception. That was the same idea. Your perception and perspective shifted. What you are preloaded to think dictated what color you would see in the dress. And so, but then that led to all these debates over truth and identity, generational divides. It was really fascinating. That was like 2015 when that was big. So one of the early kind of internet phenomenons. That
I kind
went
of
on.
forgot about that. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
that happened so long ago.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
It had a
really.
resurgence recently, but it was like something,
something else, that's
similar.
right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I
like in the
remember that,
last
yeah.
year.
Yeah. But the Harlem
Globetrotters?
Shake didn't come out.
The Harlem Shake. What does that have to do?
What is?
I don't know. It was like the same
What
time.
are
Was
you
it
talking about?
2015?
Oh
You
my
remember
God.
the Harlem Shake?
No.
You never remember?
What's the
Remember
I
when
Harlem
always
they,
wanted to
like-
do one, and
Yeah,
it was
you're like video.
Can you-
and it was a perception and perspective, yeah, where you go and you're doing one thing, and then the music shifts, and then
And they
all of a
edit
sudden, yeah, there,
to-
there's
and then everybody's like
right.
dancing.
So
I
the
don't
beginning
remember
scene,
what
there's one
the-
person that's kind of in frenetically in motion, and other people in the scene are like frozen in time. And then as the song goes, I think it drops the beat or
Yep.
something like that. And then the screen blacks out, and when it comes back on, the person who was in motion is still, and then everyone is just going nuts around them. They're really fun. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I don't
You missed
remember
that.
this.
it was easily 10. I mean, it was, and then Gangnam Style was like came right out. It was like all in this
I know you know some of
mix
these.
of, yeah.
I know Gundam Style.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Harlem
the other-
Shakes was, it was
I
it
don't
was like
remember
one of the
Harlem.
early YouTube kind of,
Do you have a video of
memes.
you doing it, Joe?
I wanted to
but he
do one.
wanted-
I mean, if
I
you have
really,
a
really
video
wanted
of
to
you
do
doing
one. We could do one, like a rabbit hole of research.
I am.
It'll be our first video. That's it. We're bringing it back.
Oh,
Yeah.
is this something that needs to come back?
It was still like,
It was
I mean,
fun.
like a Vine. I
cute,
mean, remember
yeah.
Vine? I mean, the Vines, like you would
yeah.
have those. Yeah. That was in that same
See, I was
frame.
never in Vine.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I watched the YouTube.
Yeah. People now
Compilation.
watch it.
Yeah.
I was there at the original Vines. No.
Well,
I made a Vine. A couple of Vines, I think, at a coffee shop.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
Was that part of the oohs and ahs? I'm sorry.
There's no, not, none of
girl.
that. All right. Yeah.
Grown. Oh.
I think easy, too easy movies, books.
You okay there?
His perception has changed. I'll comment on this that the basement studio is currently under some sort of renovation.
All you did was shift the table a little bit.
That's enough to
that
change
like
that
your
threw me off.
perception?
perspective.
Throwing
Right,
me
your
off.
perspective is now shifted, and so Nick is in a new spot. And I think it's all going to change again. 'Cause we are really trying to get ready for video. So a little aside on this episode, and then you can see our perspective and of things.
No, well, they would see their perspective of us.
Ooh, this is
Right.
getting deep.
We'll let them see what we want them to see, okay?
Your perspective will be controlled. But I was thinking two examples that came right to mind, and we don't have to spend a lot of time. I think a lot of people have, is The Matrix, and the other one is Alice in Wonderland. I think those are the two biggies where perception,
original rabbit
perspective
hole.
are, and Alice in Wonderland, definitely one of the originals there. 1865, Lewis Carroll had that, so
Was it really 1865? Damn.
it was really
I don't know why I thought it was
And
yeah,
like.
yeah.
and I think the thing about Alice in Wonderland in general is always associated with, was there drugs
Drugs.
involved?
That's right, yeah.
And so
right,
that's an
right.
interesting take on the perception
Yep.
perspective, because drugs can definitely
that altered
Yeah.
state
Yeah.
altered your state,
Yeah.
and at some level, the Matrix, he chose the red and blue pill.
right.
So it also had the kind of drug you're untapping some extra
The full potential.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. To become the one.
The one.
The one.
There
Not
can
the.
only be one. Oh, wait, wrong movie.
That was yes, right. I was going to say that was Jet Li.
There can only
Jet
be
Li. That's
one.
right.
No, that was the Highlander, right?
That it also had the one, but in the movie The One by Jet Li, he says that at the end. Or, I don't know if he ever says that.
I think he does.
No,
there
he says
can only
something
be
else.
one.
No, he says something else.
I feel like we're going off on a weird hole.
I don't even know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
There is no such
Yeah.
thing. Every hole is.
But it
Weird
comes-
hole?
looking it up, I think it might be 1951 was the animated movie that came out.
Oh, okay,
so that
that's what I was
probably
thinking. Yep.
shifted your
Oh yeah.
perspective.
The
of
Disney?
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was the original.
No.
No.
Please don't.
Very.
Don't
Oh my
do
God.
it.
Way back. Yeah.
Talking about getting canceled.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
With two library folks in the room. What are you doing?
I thought it doesn't become real until it's a movie. Is that
Right.
not right?
Oh boy.
A Disney movie.
The Disney movie.
For the Alice in Wonderland, like I had an actual like in-person experience with this where I was a little drunk. I was in London and it was like experience where you're like going through the Alice in Wonderland story.
Right.
And like an
Cool.
old like underground, like I think it used to be the Tube, but it was empty. So they were doing like live performances, and just like the way I was interpreting Alice in Wonderland drunk, while also like it being in front of my face,
Right.
was like, it was honestly more scary than
Yeah, I can
like,
imagine. Right.
Yeah, it was. I was not anticipating it to be scared.
You drink things and eat things while you were going through?
Yeah,
Or
so
they have little bottles.
Yeah, they had
Did you
a little-
get bigger and
yeah.
then smaller at the same time?
there were actual like perceptions like
That's
that,
right,
like
yeah.
how they actually did the
Mirrors and
scales of the
stuff,
room.
or- okay.
Yeah. And at one
that's really
point, you're
cool.
like at a dining table, like with teacups, and it was another alcoholic drink that changed colors. Yeah, it was really cool. If I really hope to do something like that again, but
That's
maybe.
really cool.
Also,
Yeah.
that made me think when you were talking about the rooms was the Museum of Illusion
Mm-hmm,
in Philadelphia. And I think they're around. They look like
I think
they're
they're
Yeah.
right. And so,
Yeah.
but I think
And
most
we went
big
to the
cities have
Wonder
one,
Museum
and the Wonder
before.
Museum. But the Museum of Illusion had the rooms where you get in and all sorts of
Mm-hmm.
things where you get in, and it really plays with your perspective of everything.
Or your perception.
Well, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's skewing your perception.
How you
right.
perceive the
Right,
room.
right. So it's messing with both. I think they interplay with each other, right? Because the perception of how you look at things is your input, and then you interpret that through your perspective, and you go, oh, because your brain is saying that I know that they're not smaller, or
Yes.
relatively they might not be shorter or that short, and then you're trying to kind of
like those carnival spinning wheels. Like it's fair season.
right.
But if you've never been to like at the fair, they have these houses that you have to make your way through. And at one point, there's typically like the spinning tunnel that you have to just walk straight.
Is that the like House of Mirrors kind of thing?
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever had it spinning.
Yeah,
I
at the
don't
Museum
remember.
of Illusion, they had one. They had a little
Oh.
tunnel you could go through, and it had that.
That
And
was
it was
spinning.
really
Yeah.
the round. You're not. You feel like you're spinning.
You feel like you're
but
spinning.
not.
It made me like
Yeah,
car sick
yeah.
almost. Like,
It's
when I
really
went through
crazy.
it.
Like you go in, and it feels like you're just going, in
Yeah.
a dryer, tumbling
So,
around.
weird question. If you have bad eyesight, which I think at least two of us here have bad eyesight, does it affect the way you see the things in those illusion museums or what?
I mean, if you don't have a current prescription, probably.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if you got blurry vision, I mean, yes,
Nick.
you're I mean, I don't.
See double.
It's like you're
Listen,
there.
my eyesight's great.
Yeah. You're like, yes, no. That changes everything, right? I mean, I think if you,
Like,
know.
I mean, the seeing things that are bigger and smaller, is that...
right, yeah. I
And
don't know.
I think bringing science into it, that's a great point. Like how we use our eyesight for, and how much do we compensate for like bad eyesight? You know what I mean?
Well, your brain does a lot of the heavy lifting. If it knows, it will try to fill in the gaps. That they do that one where they show pictures of like famous people that are really recognizable, and then if you actually flip the image, you realize that they've screwed the eyes up, but it's upside down, and so because the face is upside down, your brain fixes it so you recognize it. It's called the Thatcher effect. But then when you flip it to the right side view, you see the eye, nose, and mouth were manipulated, but your brain will fix it. And actually, that's probably one of the reasons why our perception you can be tricked. Our brains can be easily tricked into believing things because they're trying to present the world in the way you expect it to.
Your brain is lying to you.
Your brain is lying to you.
Is that going to
Yes.
be the name of this episode? Your brain is lying to you.
Well, maybe it
Real
should be.
clickbaity.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Is this the
Yes.
episode we
I
go
think
clickbaity?
your brain is trying to help you out. I don't think it's being malicious.
I mean, I don't know if it's not letting me see what's wrong with the world. If there was something going wrong, and like, I look at it and I'm like, what is? I mean, it could be saving me if I was,
Well, your brain you got to think like humans from some evolutionary point of view. It was very advantageous to look at things and make very quick decisions based on that quick look, if it's safe or if it's dangerous. And so your brain is making all these assumptions based on other patterns. And so our brains are really good at finding patterns, very good at organizing things into categories, safe to eat, not so safe to eat, makes you
By licking it, right?
Yeah, it's just by don't lick it.
No, that's the way you do it. We've already been over this. This is why we
All
survive.
right, that's a different episode. That is,
You just have
Do
to lick it a
not
little
lick
bit.
it.
Yeah,
Don't lick it.
it's really fascinating that how your brain, and there's actually, while I was looking up different things, was predictive coding. And it's this neuroscience theory that says your brain isn't the passive recording instrument, kind of recording things that come in, the sensory information. It's more like a predictive engine that constantly guesses what's out there and only updates when it's really surprised. So your brain is actually trying to figure out what's going on before you get there. So it's delivering you information that says, well, this is what I think is happening. And then when you get surprised, that's when your brain, you were fooled. And that's why I think fun houses, things like that, kind of, what do they call at Halloween time? You go through the haunted houses. Right. I was trying to think. I was like, what is those things called? Yeah, haunted houses, where your perception as you go through has one thing, and then you get surprised, and it freaks you out, even though you think, this is fake. And your brain is like, yeah, this is fake. And then you get, boom, like, why did that really surprise you? You know, going in there, what's going to happen, but you are caught off guard by those things. So your brain is trying to predict the situation and how best to navigate it. So
doesn't your brain try to predict a lot of things though too? Like people with anxiety, they tend to be able to try to predict the next words coming out of someone's mouth, and then I don't know. Is that that might just be me?
That's
I don't know.
I think we do it. Yeah, everybody.
I'm constantly
Conversationally,
trying to figure out what's Joe going to say next, so I can have something funny to say back to him.
Yeah.
And then he just looks at me like, "Why are you saying that, Nick?"
And you've trained improv, and you are really trying to train to perceive signals, how people are motioning, their
face, what's
exactly. Yeah.
What's the next look they're going to do?
Yeah. But then that gets into like stereotypes and
that's right. Your brain starts making bad assumptions, and then they stick. Right?
Wait. How so? I'm sorry.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like no, I'm saying that's also what gets us into trouble, because that's how stereotypes are.
I think you're saying like people in improv turn just stereotyping people.
Move past that.
No. I'm just saying.
Like, wow.
He's about to defend the improv community.
No, I'm not going to defend shit for that. No, I was just trying to figure out.
No, I'm just saying.
How I can be mad at them.
No, I'm just saying, you understand what I mean. Our brain jumps to conclusions, or it fills in these things that maybe shouldn't be filled in.
Right.
You know.
And that part, that's your brain's not processing every bit of information. That's why it's easy to gloss over things. You're like, the cup is right there on the counter, and you're like, I don't see the cup. What are you talking about? And you're like, it's right there, and you go.
So is this where the Mandela effect comes in, because people don't pay attention to shit?
That's probably yes. That is, and this is just a theory. This isn't proven that this is why.
No, this is a hard fact. These people can't see shit.
I was saying that the way your brain is processing information is a theory of how that works. So this is kind of this predictive coding. It's one of the ways to explain a lot of these phenomena.
I think it's interesting because we've talked about this before, about AI compared to a human brain and how the human brain works versus how AI. But in this way, I think AI is doing that same thing. Yeah. I think this is what they want to hear, so I'm just going to throw all this crap in
Chat GPT. Yeah. The kid. Yeah. I worked with teenagers, and they would always talk about, I got this paper, and then going to throw it into AI. I'm like, no. Use your brain.
That's right. Yeah. So speaking of AI, did you guys see the story about how a chatbot's conversation convinced a man he was a superhero?
No.
Yeah.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Maybe this guy was very impressionable.
It was interesting. So the New York Times, this guy, he was from Toronto, Alan Brooks. He was 47, and he thought he had discovered, with using Chat GPT, this kind of
47?
a novel mathematical formula. And it started out with this kid asking him to explain pi, the mathematical expression pi. So he put it in Chat GPT, and then they got going on this conversation. And at the end, the Chat GPT was like, wow, you're really thinking about this in new ways. Here's this idea. And they kept going on. And at some point, it was like he could harness sound resonance to talk to animals and build a levitation machine. And then the formula turned out that if anyone got this formula, that it could take down the internet and do all this weird stuff. People could make force field vests, and he was sending it to his friends. Hey, is this crazy? What's going on? He kept asking Chat, hey, are you really pulling my leg? Are you fooling me? This sounds a little, I'm writing, he started writing experts, and they were like, they were ghosting him, like, because this, it's, this kind of crazy talk. And he was not getting response. No one's writing me back. Oh, their minds are closed to innovation. And it was this whole thing. And so ChatGPT just got him going. And he was just going for about 3 weeks. He thought that he was trying to save the world. No, he wasn't.
Eating?
That's the thing. He stopped eating. He was just there. He was just, and he was smoking pot. And so he was just going. So he had there was like 2,000 messages that were passed back and forth between him and ChatGPT. So finally, and he was asking friends. He was trying to invest money because these ideas. He was like trying to get money and startup capital. And so he took the information from ChatGPT and put that into another chat box. I think it was a Claude. And said, hey, what do you think about this idea? And it was like, this is nothing. And so the whole idea was that when he moved, the ChatGPT had built up this conversation with them. And they're designed somewhat to be pleasing. Like they don't want to call the human an idiot. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, you're doing great. You're thinking like no one else has thought this before. And he went and Claude was like, nah, this is all garbage. Like you shouldn't invest any money because it was a new conversation. Mm-hmm. And it was coming at it. What do you think of this idea? And it was like, this idea is dumb,
And his friends and family didn't stop him or check on him.
They were just going, they were like bought into it.
They didn't know. Did he live by himself? I think
it was him and his son. And so New York Times did a great piece where they analyzed the message. 47, and they analyzed the message. And he was just fine. And so I read through it was kind of interesting. It was like if you're writing like a science fiction story, it was cool. But if you're actually like, I think this is the way the world works. So so you had this very limited science knowledge. You went to this predictive engine generating kind of text for you that's tailored to your conversation. And you go down he went down this rabbit hole and he thought he was going to save the world from this. He figured out this mathematical formula. If it fell into the wrong hands, bad things would happen. And he also could make a lot of money. If he invested in it now, got on the ground he would be ahead of the curve. Yeah, his brain just got tricked, his perception. And then his perspective went down and he started buying into it. And then, due to conversation, he had doubts. He was like, I don't know about this. How come I'm the first to think about this? I barely finished high school. So how am I thinking of this great novel formula and no one else has? And I was like, well, it's because you're asking the right questions. You're actually challenging the paradigms and you're going at it. So yeah, it's like it was interesting. But I thought that fit perfectly with what we're talking about and how a predictive engine could get you in trouble, just like your brain can get you in trouble. Go down these rabbit holes. So
I mean, honestly, that's a better AI story than the one I read, which is like top 40 jobs that can be replaced by AI. My job was on there, archivist. I laughed very hard.
Yeah.
And it was biased though. It was a Microsoft study.
Yeah,
so I'm like that one more.
Yeah. You should ask it if you're going to be a superhero archivist. That's it. How can an archivist save the world? Yes, that's a great point. You're awesome. Yes. We'll give you what's that movie with Nick Cage?
Which one?
The one where they were going to artifacts.
Was it
National Treasure?
National Treasure. That's it. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
I can't wait till the third one.
That's a thing.
Hopefully.
Oh my gosh.
There's no way. There's no way.
Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
I just had to mention Nicolas Cage.
I was going to say he had to be mentioned at least.
I mean,
once.
I can pitch a third one if we want.
And he was in a Face Off.
Yeah.
That was like kind of a perspective.
I could only watch that once.
Oh my gosh, that's been a really long time since
it's been a while.
That.
It just came up, and I was like,
I'd like to see that again. Actually,
I couldn't. It's too gruesome.
What do you mean it's too gruesome?
It's John Woo, right? John Woo. I'm pretty sure that was John Woo.
The one who did John Wick?
No, I don't think.
I thought
no.
He did Hard Boiled.
It's John. Yeah, you're right.
Didn't he do Hard Boiled?
Hard Boiled. He did. He's from China, and so there's like Chow Yun Fat.
John Wick?
Who did John Wick, Katie? I see you're on your phone.
We're doing research as we go.
On the fly.
Making sure your perspective stays intact.
Because he did all the ones.
Chapter 1. Chad Stilisky?
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Now, another movie that involved hallucinations, blending, and we just watched is Jacob's Ladder. And
Tim Robbins.
This about 1990.
Oh my
yeah, Jacob's Ladder. That will mess with
That's
your
a
mind.
movie
Yeah,
that I saw it many years ago, and it's still just.
Yeah,
It's kind of haunts you after you see that movie.
Yeah, see, that's what I've heard. That's why I haven't watched it.
It's really good, but yeah, intense. But it's totally, that idea of not knowing what's really real, reality, and what's the perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sleep
And
deprivation
really-
comes in that one. I mean, he's really kind of doing, he's dying.
Well,
I mean, so
and
it's
post-traumatic stress
yep,
because he
from
was in
the Vietnam
Vietnam.
War. Yep.
And then was there extra drugs given?
Right,
And that's the
exactly.
whole
Yep.
idea that, yeah.
And this is Jacob's Ladder.
Jacob's Ladder.
You got to
really
put
good.
that on
Great
your
horror
list.
film. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've centered a lot of our conversation around sight, but our other senses can also feed into this. So hearing, and a lot of movies where you're hearing sounds and they're triggering kind of audio illusions of what's going on. Or Nick got something to say, so I'm going to stop right there.
So would it be all right? So this happened the other day. Someone was talking to me, and I don't know what I was doing, but they were like right in front of me, and I did not hear them until I heard like something drop, and I'm like, "What is that?" Under this whole
Now,
perception,
was that a matter of that you just tune them out?
I
Or you
think
just couldn't-
so.
Or you
you
just
just
couldn't
ignored
hear
them.
it?
You're
I
like,
think it was
Because I've done that before where
Yeah,
all of a sudden I realized,
yeah.
oh, I'm not listening.
yeah.
like I didn't
You
know
know?
that. Like
Right.
they started talking, and then by the time I realized it, they were like, "Oh, you didn't hear a word I said, did you?" And I'm like, "You were talking?"
Yeah. And your brain, I mean, right, you could be, if we go by this predictive coding kind of theory, then your brain could just be making assumptions
Or-
that this person, they're not doing whatever, you're doing something else that may need more attention, and you're just kind of filling in the blanks of a person. Oh, this person's there, but not really paying attention. What else were you doing? Were you doing something?
Nothing. I think I was
Nothing. You were just-
I looked at my phone and then went off. I think I just
It's
walked
like
away.
it's like
no.
in Iron Man. It's like in which MCU movie is that where he tells him the whole story and then he
Oh,
realizes
that was Iron
he
Man
hadn't listened
2
at
or
all.
3. I can't remember which one. Yes, he was laying on the couch and Spanner was like, "I'm not that kind of doctor." And he
Oh.
told-
And
Yeah.
he just
Yeah.
keeps talking,
Yeah.
and he goes,
Was
"You
that-
haven't heard anything
Right,
I've said, have you?" And he
I think that
goes,
was the Avengers movie.
Was that the
Yeah.
Avengers movie? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and he was like, "I'm not that kind of doctor." Well, yeah, hearing is one where you can go and you can play around, kind of false cues.
Age
and
of all
sound.
Hearing gets me in my house all the time.
Yeah.
My cat thumps, and I think someone broke
Oh,
in.
right. Yeah.
Oh, just
Right,
like how
that's
you
right.
thought my old house was haunted?
Your old house was haunted.
It wasn't
Oh,
haunted.
boy.
she
It was
didn't
just
think
crazy.
it. She knows.
She
Yeah,
knew it.
in my
She felt
bones.
it. Did you feel a touch? Because that's also. a
Oh, I
sense
left
that
once
can
in the
go.
middle of the night because I got two spooks.
Oh. As soon as you got touched, I was like, all right, we need to edit that.
You got some friendly ghosts.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I just kept hearing noises in the
This is
corner of the
hollow,
room,
man.
and I'm like,
I thought you said it was in the kitchen that you heard noises.
maybe it was both.
You said that it's. Didn't you say there was something on the fridge?
Yeah, and I left.
Get
Peace out.
I mean, that house was weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would never go in that basement.
There was no
Oh
basement,
wait,
Katie.
I'm thinking your
Yeah,
current
see?
house. I'm thinking your
Yeah.
current house.
Are you afraid of my current house?
I am afraid of your current house. Yeah, try. So I only come back once a year.
Get out. But touch. We had touch. I mean, that's in VR takes advantage of that haptic kind of signaling and things
Oh,
like
like
that.
Ready
So-
Player One, where they have all
Ready
that.
Player One, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's one. So, yeah. So, smell and taste. This came up in another episode.
Smell-o-vision.
Ratatouille. And the food memory. That was one that came up. And that was in, I think, the Time, Crimes in Time episode.
Oh,
We did that Ratatouille. Yeah. Yeah. But that's one where your perception, your memory, all that's being recalled.
The reviewer just.
I think
right.
that's why
Which we
it's. I think that's.
Gave a
wh-
different hypothesis of what happened. Sorry.
I think that's why it's so easy for us to imagine, like the Matrix, or because we have the simulation hypothesis.
Oh, no, Wes is gonna come back
Hi,
for your show.
Wes. And I think that's why it's so easy for us to kind of, and even like conspiracy theories. I mean,
Right.
it's so easy for us because our brain is able to kind of imagine all these other. And
Make
so it's
connections where there are none.
well, I didn't say that.
No, that's.
Did
I think
we-
you're right.
Did
Yes.
we prove that the simulation?
Yeah,
of
I'm pretty sure
hypothesis-
Joe and I did that,
Yeah,
right?
we did.
No.
It doesn't exist.
It could exist.
There's
Except-
too much going on in anything to have enough memory space to do this.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Sorry, Wes.
Yeah, we're out. I think he's got some new evidence he said. So
Oh.
he's going to
Yeah.
come back at us.
We'll do a
but
part 2.
We're going to do a part 2. Next third season, we'll try to find space.
right. And we're going to talk
Yeah.
about
I think
Wait till you
Severance
see
is
what
the
I come back with.
Severance
yeah.
is what the one where Severance does a great
severance. Yeah.
job.
Talk
in
about
that.
perception
That's right.
and being
Yeah.
able in your brain to switch
Turn off
something
and on,
on
that's
and
right.
off.
Yeah.
You know.
So mad at that series right now.
Uh-oh.
Yep. I have opinions.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you got to.
Why are you shocked? You knew this.
I know what I forgot.
So good.
It is so good.
But speaking of that, a lot of shows, we have these 5 senses. You know, they usually will remove a sense to kind of really build tension in the story. So A Quiet Place is one that does that, where you remove hearing, you know, and you kind of take
Daredevil
that sense
sight.
away and right. And so you kind of then has this, you know, the Bird Box with sight, you know, Daredevil, you know, so you have this whole, did you say Bird Box? No.
Daredevil.
Okay, yeah.
That was just-
No, I was amplifying Daredevil. I mean, because I was getting
I
the
forgot
sight,
about
so,
Bird Box.
Yeah.
That was such a. What? That was.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20
It was a
20?
little
That was
bit,
early
during
pandemic, right?
yeah. Yep.
That's why I was like, I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
You can't remember that far
Yeah.
back.
No.
You're lying.
I have a very limited,
Yeah.
very limited memory space.
But then you have shows where they add, you know, a sense. So you get the telepathy, you know, and
Or you
how does
got
that
the-
change?
Or John Waters, you got the scratch and sniff.
Well, scratches the lips. Yes.
That really changes your perspective.
Yes. Not to go to the John Waters scratch and sniff movie.
If you could, I don't think they do that very often. So if
Yeah.
that's available, you should do
I think
it.
you still on eBay can find some unscratched sniffers.
That's probably pricey.
I don't know. I mean, it might be worth to smell some dog poo and puke. I mean, I don't know.
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. No.
It's okay. That'll
You're
come
familiar
up
with John
to you.
Waters, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
his movies. Yeah, so you can imagine what was there. Yeah, but you know, you have that, or if you could see in ultraviolet or infrared, like you had different senses that would come in. New information now would be available to you, and how would that affect your perspective of things?
And I
So,
think it's interesting talking about it from like a social, because we talked about prejudice and stereotypes. Like, how willing are we to change those set ideas that we have when we do get new information? Do you know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah. It really depends on how you take it. Like, not everyone's going to be able to take new information and be like, all right, I understand this and I will adapt.
Right. Or
People are-
yeah. Or it's that doesn't fit my worldview, so
Or
This
I'm
is
just not
unwilling.
gonna. So I'm just not gonna even.
This is different from what I grew up believing. I refuse to change.
I also think, how's that tie into empathy and things like that? These
Exactly.
kind of emotions that you have, because that also your perspective, perception skews. And probably depending on your empathy and how empathetic you are, that's probably a little more
Right.
accepting to.
How much can I really
Right.
relate to what you're going through, even though
I mean, it depends on how much is in my bank account.
Yeah. Is that it?
well, you can
The difference
empathize and
between
not be able.
eccentric.
You can empathize and not be able to
Yeah,
help
right,
somebody.
I
I,
mean, right.
really feel bad. But I'm sorry,
The 1% have no empathy.
exactly the ones that could
Some
really
do. I mean,
that could spend a lot of money,
Yeah.
right?
and then some probably do. That's not fair to all the 1%. So, I mean, geez. Louise.
There's maybe 1% of the 1%.
Yeah, 1% of the 1% of the 1%. Yeah.
And if you are listening,
Yes. If you're the 1% that cares, we are trying to get video here and redo the basement studio. So step in. Thank you.
so
I had the new suit.
Yeah. And Nick's willing to lick some sort of food item.
okay, that could get us the
Yeah,
wrong kind of sponsorship. Okay,
No. We'll leave it.
We'll
We'll run with
entertain
that.
all ideas.
Yeah.
I'm going to go foraging when I go to Washington. I'll bring you back some mushrooms to.
Please.
Ooh. Wow.
We'll have a
We'll
mushroom
have-
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to get Molly back for that one.
Yes,
Or
definitely.
get a mycologist. Not
Or
a plant
Pedro
person.
Pascal if he's
A
available.
mycologist.
Who's that?
Oh my.
Somebody who studies.
I know. I was joking.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds
Mycology
like
is better than urology.
mycologist.
I really couldn't tell if you were joking or not.
I know. I couldn't tell either. My perception
tell
was
either.
A lot of times we're not able to
my
tell.
perception was he's not joking, but he's such a fun guy.
Aw.
You're talking about Nick?
So this is a little heavier, but the movie The Voices and by Ryan Reynolds. Have you
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah.
And that movie really got me. It is such a well-made movie. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Yeah, that was.
And it stars Ryan Reynolds, and it's where he hears voices, and one of the voices is from his cat, and one is from his dog, and the voices tell him to do certain things. But that movie is, I've never watched anything that I think really makes you feel what a mental illness would feel like. And I guess his diagnosis was schizophrenia. And I actually found it at this one conference. They did a whole study about it, the voices in schizophrenia, a critical modal analysis. But it's talking about how through movies we're able to get a perspective of certain things. And this was getting a perspective of schizophrenia. And this will be in the show notes because I'm going to send it to you, Joe.
No guarantee,
But it's just really, it was very interesting. And I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil it at all. Because it's one of those
it's
movies.
really good. Yeah, the twist is really cool.
You just watch it and you just go.
But the twist.
It's intense.
twisties.
It's intense. But I think getting the viewpoint right in a movie is difficult.
I definitely do
sometimes.
think that is one of those that is, because having that schizophrenia view, which is such a powerful thing to see, which I don't know if Katie, you've played the game Hellblade as well, where that's a game where you're going through and you're hearing all these voices telling you so many mean and hateful things. And since you're the player who's taking this character,
I feel like I would never want to play that game.
I love it. It's such a good game.
It's like, that's entertainment.
And the game lies to you, like straight up lies to you at the beginning saying, oh yeah, you can die so many times, but you don't know how many times you can die before the game just deletes itself.
Wow.
And that's a lie that it starts off telling you just because you were in this mind space then.
Wow.
And boy, do you believe it.
Oh yeah. It took me 5 ever because I stopped playing because I was like, I don't know how many more times I could die. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep playing. And I died a lot. And
Wow.
Because I know you spoiled it.
honestly, I'm okay with that one.
Well, it reminds
I want
me.
people to be able to finish this game because it's that good.
Right.
you
So a
had-
tip, keep playing.
Yeah.
You had mentioned you did a thought experiment where you had voices. Was that right? Yeah. I can't remember what episode you talked
I
about
don't know. That was a while
You
ago.
Long
remind the
time ago.
listeners. We got some new listeners.
Yeah, so I hung out in Chicago one day with headphones in. I had the schizophrenia, like voices in your head, and that definitely messes you up. I don't suggest doing that.
Yeah. You were walking around downtown Chicago, and there's tons of people. Chicago,
And you just have
Susie,
the headphones in and
and
Right.
voices. Yeah.
Voices talking in
Yeah,
your ears, and you're just like, huh,
So your perception is being
this
thrown
is
off.
really weird.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
No. Yeah. So something I
There's
What, Katie?
I'm thinking about like myself trying to do that, and there's no way. Like I
it
am
wouldn't-
so anxious as it is.
It wouldn't last long.
it
I'd be
gets
like,
rough.
Now,
okay.
do you have it loud or the voices coming in? Where did it say
loud enough to be able to hear the outside,
Right.
but it's not loud enough to block out everything.
Where were the voices at different levels?
Yes.
In there. Okay.
And is
some,
this,
some were
was
like
this
whispers and
somebody had a recording that would simulate
Yes.
schizophrenia?
Audible hallucinations.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you just saw that and say, hey, I think
I think I looked it up for something.
Okay.
And if I can find it again,
Yeah.
I'll.
We could put it in the show
we'll
notes.
mention-
So we touched on it. Yeah, I thought Nick would jump on it, but
What did I miss?
paranormal how your perception.
We were already talking about paranormal.
We've definitely had paranormal.
We had
Yeah, we
paranormal.
talked about ghosts.
We were
and
talking
stuff.
about my haunted house.
Oh, that okay, yeah, but you didn't go any further. I mean, I thought, okay, no,
I mean, what did you have?
nothing. We'll move on.
And we talked about how we have a ghost in the studio now.
There's a ghost in the studio.
Yeah, because we summoned it.
I don't remember that.
That
you-
was last month, Joe. How did you already
Right,
forget?
because Halloween we
We
did
had
all
the
kinds of
Ouija
fun
board
stuff.
And,
He's
Okay.
time traveling right now.
I know, don't time travel. That's not good. We went to perspective to say,
We
please.
may be lying to
Right.
you.
I mean, you now go back and listen to the other episodes that
But-
happened
the
last
perceptive.
month.
And then another
Jeez
movie
Louise.
that I've seen a couple. I don't think I've seen a trailer, but I've just seen like poster ads for it. It's called The Good Dog or The Good One, and it's the point of view of. It's like a horror movie, but the whole
Oh,
point
yeah,
of view
that
is
one-
from the dog.
It's a horror movie from- yeah.
that scene.
I think
was-
that's the good boy, right?
The Good Boy. That's it. Yeah.
Does the dog die at the end?
It's not out yet.
We hope not.
I've not seen it,
No.
but I want to.
I think it comes out like in a week or two, right? It hasn't come out yet.
It's
has
later
it?
this year,
Okay.
I think. But yeah, that one I cannot wait to see.
Yeah.
What other horror things were you talking about, Joe? What did you have?
I mean, nothing. We can move on.
No, I
know
need to
we're
know
talking
now.
about
You,
No, it's all right.
you're gonna skew my perception of this.
Well, that's fine. Your perspective can be skewed. So, no, you're right. No, I had nothing. Just poltergeist, things like that.
Oh,
So,
love
yeah.
some poltergeist.
I mean, I'm always down for a
some
poltergeist.
classics. So,
I mean, Nick is going to call this trash, but while my husband was out at Gen Con, I just watched all of the Conjuring movies. And that definitely,
They were good.
yeah.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but I still want to watch all of them,
How many were there?
3
including
plus
the Annabelles.
the Annabelles plus the Nun. There's just
I
two
did
of
those too.
those and La Llorona.
Yeah. Talk about,
So there's 8 movies in total, 9.
yeah. And I
Plus
watched,
the new one coming out.
And you binge watched them like
Uh-huh.
one right after the other. See, that right there messes with your perception. When you binge watch something really intense.
and when I say I could not sleep, I was up every single hour, like listening, like deep into my house. I'd have to get up, go down all 3 floors. I'm like, is there anything here?
Well, that guy,
Yeah.
that guy died. The guy
Oh yeah.
with the Annabelle doll died.
Yep.
Yep.
And he was like 40 something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Heart attack.
Oh my gosh. That's
He
crazy.
should have known better.
That's just, yeah.
Yeah, that just changed my whole. Like my house felt safe until that point where I'm like, oh God, now I'm haunted. And it was built in like the 30s, so who knows?
Listen,
Yeah,
I
probably
have so
don't
many things
binge
to say about
watch.
them.
Horror movies or ghost horror movies when you're
It was just
by
me and my
yourself.
cats.
Just listen to horror podcasts.
Yeah, so
So
Nick
it's
has
right-
suggested so many horror podcasts to me, and I can't because I will listen to them like at night when I'm trying to fall asleep.
Right, and then you do fall asleep, and
Right.
they're still
And it's still
playing,
going,
and then
yeah.
it's like,
That's
Yeah.
actually what I fall
Comes up,
asleep to
yeah.
half the time.
I know, yeah. Or like when I was like home alone, because I'll listen to them when I'm home alone mostly because Alex is like, ghosts aren't real, demons aren't real, blah, blah, blah.
Which is correct.
And
Depends on
yeah,
your perspective.
I can't do it. I've listened to some of the ones you wanted me to, and was it No Sleep?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, and I just, no.
Creepy?
Yeah, creepy. Very creepy. Like, I slept on my couch creepy. Because I was like central.
So you can run out the front door.
Yeah.
Or a serial killer can come in, and that's right.
Yeah, actually, fun fact, none of my doors in my house lock. So,
oh no,
Katie, don't say that on the
what in
air.
the world?
oh, no,
Well, we're not- we're
it's
not
an old
posting the
house.
address.
Yeah,
I
Like
actually tweeted it.
the front and the back
It'll be in the
lock.
show notes.
You need an antique key, and we don't have the antique key.
The
So,
skeleton key?
yeah, we need to get
Do you
one.
need one?
wow.
Apparently, yeah.
I can find one.
Okay.
I
And
mean,
But
front
will,
door.
it, but will it be
The
the
front door
right
has a
one?
skeleton key?
no, it's all the doors in my house other than the front door.
Other than the front door. Okay.
So like bedroom, bathroom.
Oh,
you
you
can't.
made it sounded like that the
Oh
front door.
no, the front door lock. Oh God, I wouldn't live there. Are you kidding me?
I was like,
That's what you said.
say.
That's what you said.
You did say
You
your
did
front
say
door.
Oh,
that.
sorry. Did I? Okay. Yeah. No.
We
Front
can
door's
go
fine.
back
Front door's
and
fine.
listen again, but yeah.
Front door's fine.
What
Back
kind
door's
of house are you
fine.
living in? It's like
I just
piece
locked
of
the bedroom
plywood
doors.
up, like
You can come into the front door, but don't
Yeah,
dare
I-
try to find the door.
I'm guessing you're the serial killer. That's it. Like, it's like How come you got your doors always open? Come on in and find out.
I mean,
It's okay.
I will say I have an axe next to my bed. Not
Well,
gonna
there it
lie.
is.
Yeah,
So-
there you go.
Well, there it is.
Wow.
That's why you can leave your doors unlocked.
We're gonna have to edit that out later, Joe.
I sleep with one eye open and an axe.
I listen to enough horror podcasts and movies. I'm ready.
Come
Yeah.
at me.
That's right. Come on, Abby. I'm ready. I'll leave the door unlocked for you. Come on.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah, see, that's my perspective of you. It changed greatly. I was like, when you're sleeping in the house, we're just go to the next creepy house basement,
run
and
out
you're
of
like,
there.
I sleep with the doors unlocked, just wide open.
My husband would, if he could, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Joe,
Yeah.
isn't that how you guys used to live back in the day?
I grew up in Philadelphia. We never left the door
No.
unlocked. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah, I live in a city. I don't do that.
no, not in Philly. Where the doors stay locked.
Back
Two
in
locks.
my day.
I have 3 locks. I promise I have 3 locks on my
Three
front door.
locks. What about the back door?
Also 3 locks. And one of them's like a wrought iron screen
Oh, well,
situation.
some of those
so
big, yeah,
Yeah.
those are.
You're not-
that's-
It's
Gotta
no
get in
one's
there.
no one's
You're not
getting
messing
in.
around.
No.
I might as well break a window.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then that'd wake me up and then I'd go.
But yeah, cool. Anything else in this perspective?
Katie, did you get through your notes?
I know. Oh,
I know, that's why I'm
come
checking.
Back out.
Oh, okay. So the last bit was, have we read this?
Yes.
Oh yeah. the
Okay.
Sirens of
See, this
Titan.
was my
You
first
actually-
time.
Okay, so we don't have
haven't.
video.
We don't have
so
video.
Oh,
can you go
Sorry.
ahead
Kurt
and tell
Vonnegut,
us?
sorry, the Sirens of Titan.
I don't think I've watched.
Yeah.
I've read
Okay.
it.
You-
I
Yeah.
Really?
I own.
No.
That's like high school reading.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if it's high school, but yeah,
'Cause-
I didn't read it in high school. I
Different
read it
era, sorry.
on my own, yes.
I would like to say the condition of this book is not mine, it's my spouse's.
That's a good condition.
he is-
Whoa.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. We have a coffee with mysterious stain in the bottom.
we would not be happy if you returned this book to the public library.
Nope.
Tell me about it. I've tried a few times.
What happened? Do you guys? They have to buy a new one?
You just have to pay a fine. I've
Well,
done this at least
you
3
could-
Do you
times.
cane them or something? Like
You
a
could
public
have to
example
pay
of
for,
them?
Pay for the book, yeah.
Pay for a replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
I mean, if you
Elliot
did that,
destroys
like
a
you
lot
did
of books.
physical, like, public displays of punishment,
Right,
you
right.
would not have this issue. A public shaming.
We do have public shaming.
Your perspective would change.
Joe, I have no shame.
Well,
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, the one person that knows
Anyway,
that's
let's
about.
get back to the Siren of
anyways,
Titan.
Yes, I only made it a quarter of the way through. I want to like Vonnegut so bad. It's not that I don't like
What?
him. It just takes so much focus for me on the. I don't know. I was talking to Alex about it. I'm just like, why am I not understanding the perspective of this book? Because it feel like it bounces too much for me. Maybe I don't know.
I'm gonna try.
I mean, I'm
You
reading
should.
Romantasy right now, so
like
I
Cat's
think
Cradle was. I mean, Vonnegut, Cat's Cradle, Slaughterhouse
Slaughterhouse
Five.
Yeah.
Those were. I mean,
Classics.
those were. Yeah, right.
Classics.
But I get
I wonder
where
what he had
there's
his
some
rating
books
at.
that are just really hard to
What do you mean
like.
rating? What?
So
yeah, I just really think
What?
I'm in my like Romantasy era, like my easy YA Romantasy.
Oh.
What? I work at a public library. Leave me alone.
What is it?
Anybody can read YA. It's for everybody.
Right.
That wasn't part of the, that wasn't the
That
oh.
was
the
the
face you gave me.
That wasn't the-
It was the romance part of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Thank
what
you,
you're
Jordan.
saying.
To be fair, I thought it was just a
be
gothic
fair.
academia book, and then it got real smutty real fast. And I'm like, well, I'm
Joe,
in
you
it
have a story
now.
about
just gonna
reading
go with
smut
it.
on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
train, right?
what? I don't think so.
The book you recommended to that old lady?
Oh, that was Joyce Carol Oates. It was. Which book was that? Was it
The-
American Gothic?
I love
So-
YA.
Shut it
though.
down.
Thank you.
You like YA
Yeah,
too.
I-
You read YA.
I really felt like you were judging me for that.
No.
You
No.
used to all the time.
It was a total romance thing.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't read romance?
No
Nick?
romance. No
No,
romance.
I
no
read
romance
children's
with me.
books.
See, but also, I'm reading a lot of
So-
horror
No,
books,
but you
I
read
was-
and there's
other
romance in
stuff.
it.
You read other things.
I do. I mean,
But you know what? To be honest,
it also takes a hell of a lot longer for me to get through any book.
to be honest, I don't like romance books, and I don't know why.
Straight romance, I do not. I
Yeah,
can't. It's
I
got to have
just-
something else, like a horror. I read a horror book. I can't remember the title right now, but it also had like lesbian romance in it. I'm like, hell yeah, this is great.
Right.
Yes.
But
yeah,
like, it has
you're
to have
right. If
if it's a side bit.
right, I can't go and
Which is fine. I just don't like having like full on rom.
No, me
Like-
neither. Yeah.
If it's a
You
rom
like
horror,
rom-coms?
huh?
You don't like rom-coms?
That's a rom com.
That's different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Come
different.
on,
Different,
Joe.
all right.
That's Joe's favorite.
I do go. I
Well,
enjoy
rom-coms are
rom-coms,
great.
Yes.
It's when
Yes.
I'm not a big rom-com,
Yeah, I do like.
and I
rom-coms,
have
yes.
to
Yeah.
watch them sometimes, and then I like them.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, and then I'm surprised.
But I was going to swing back because I was looking it up, but I was making sure that Kurt Vonnegut did rate all of his books from A plus to D in order,
Whoa.
and so he actually gave the Sirens of Titan an A in his own category. But here's the
And what
here's
what
the
did he
summary.
what did he base that on?
It was his own assessment of
and
his.
so did he
books.
Oh,
give-
he rated his.
He rated his own books.
So did
in
he
a very
give himself
meta-
a D?
He did, yeah.
He did?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What book did he
A
give himself a
B
D?
minus?
He gave himself plus and minuses. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was
What?
interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I gotta say I haven't even heard of the Happy Birthday Wanda Jones.
Slapstick.
yeah.
That got the
I
D.
Have, yeah. That's probably why you haven't heard of
Now
it.
there's A plus is Cat's Cradle.
Cat's Cradle is as one of that's
Slaughterhouse
probably- I agree
5
with
A
that. Yes.
plus. Welcome to the Monkey House
Oh,
B
Monkey
minus.
House.
Yeah, I have to read more. Vonnegut.
Yeah, I've been up there. I got on a big
Okay.
Vonnegut roll and I started reading through his books there. And,
Okay.
yeah,
See, I
so-
should have. I lived in Bloomington, and like they used to have a
Oh,
Vonnegut
that's right.
Fest.
Yeah, he's
like,
from. Yeah, and he did his. I think he wrote Cat's Cradle as his master's thesis at U
Welcome to the
Chicago.
Monkey House.
So yeah, so
That's a good one.
yeah.
He only gave his Breakfast of Champions a C? What?
Well, there it is.
Here you
Kurt
go.
Vonnegut. Yeah, no, he did.
I love that he
He
did
did,
that. That's kind of cool.
Mhm.
I didn't know people did that. When you said that, I was just
people. I mean, but it's,
I don't think a lot of people do that.
No.
like, Joe, how would you rank all your books?
A plus.
Yeah, exactly. Please tell me if it becomes someone else, my only novel. I got nothing to compare it to, so it is an A plus. Now, after I have a couple more out there, that grade could go. That's one way to go. So maybe I should put it at A, and then I could,
You
I was
can
going to say
always
the
get-
Joyce Carol Oates story on the train was the Accursed, and that's because it's a gothic fiction. And I didn't realize. I mean, I didn't look at the genre, but gothic has a blend between horror and that romance that you get in
and
there,
can get pretty.
and it can get fairly raunchy pretty fast. And so there was a older woman
She
who
wasn't
rode
old.
our train. She was
Older.
in her 60s. I mean, this was something. So she was probably 20 years older than me, and she saw me read all of the time, and she asked me what book was I reading, and I said, "Oh, I'm reading Joyce Carol Oates, one of my favorite novelists." And so she was like, "Great." She was like, getting a knee replacement surgery, is going to be out recovering, so she's going to get some books to read. And I was like, "Great." And so some weeks go by, and then I see her on a train. I go, "Hey, how'd your procedure go?" And she's, "Oh, great." And then she goes to tell me, "Oh, I read that book." And she was like, "I'm no prude, but I really struggled with that." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, I hadn't gotten to that part yet, or I would have. And she was like, "Oh, it's okay." And then she never asked me for another book recommendation. So I guess that's yeah. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's that story there that Nick was referring to.
Yep.
My perspective.
beautiful.
And I think that's a great point. Like you kind of, this almost bookends.
Right.
You brought up how this topic is so good for writing stories and storytelling and novels, but also the reading books is so good. It's like one of the best ways to get other perspectives.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah, and also, I mean, we talked about that in a lot of episodes where stories offer safe spaces to explore
teach lessons.
trauma, to explore future outcomes, to
Jonathan Mayberry with The Thing.
Mayberry and the
or
Thing,
with
right?
the Black Panther.
The Black Panther, yeah, he's told that story, and the Thing, Marvel's
Yeah.
The Thing, Fantastic Four, The Thing. 'Cause
That was
Right.
the episode he was on.
that's the episode he
That's
was
what
on,
I was
right? Yes, yes.
Right, right. And I think that is so important, and that is why
Yeah.
you have the book bans. That's people are trying to,
Yeah.
You want to stop that perspective from being
But if you
shared.
really want to get lots of different perspectives,
Right.
you need to read some
You can understand
books.
other people's worldviews, the ones you agree with and disagree with. I think it's important to go. The other thing is just be curious, and kind of what we do in our episodes
Just
and,
read a
shows
book.
is ask questions, critically think about topics and what goes on. So that's something.
Doesn't matter if your question's stupid. Someone's going to answer
There's
it.
no stupid questions.
No stupid question, right?
No,
There
there
could
are
be
definitely
some-
stupid questions.
No,
I ask them all
I
the
think
time.
I think there could be.
I
We
ask
teach
them
the
all
children
the
no
time.
stupid questions.
Don't listen to
Yeah,
Nick.
some stupid answers,
They are.
especially if you're using AI.
You admit yourself you're a superhero. Yeah. Once again, ask. Yeah. I mean, right.
Ask an adult.
Yeah. If the experts aren't writing you back to your greatest idea ever, maybe it's not so great. And I'm surprised. And I will say that those experts should have wrote back and at least commented and said,
And
I
then
think
said,
you're on
maybe,
the wrong track.
Maybe
Yes.
you need to.
Maybe help him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to take a break
We
from
do get.
the.
I mean, I know personally, I get really whacked ideas that come, and people really put a lot of effort. And sometimes you write back and be like,
But again, hold on. How long of a time frame was this? Like,
It was-
maybe they just didn't have time.
It was
to
3
respond.
weeks.
Okay.
3 weeks.
I mean,
No. What he's saying is, the expert did they get it, and then didn't write back, and it was just a few days that they didn't.
I mean,
write
I think
back.
he wrote a number of experts over this 3 week period.
So there was a little bit
there
of
should
time,
have been
and if
time,
it was
right.
like
That's right.
email
Yeah.
or text,
this was
and
like
that's
email, so he should have. I mean, you could easily write back. No, I think
the
you're
amount
right.
of times I don't answer
So-
email.
Yeah, I mean, that
I
is
know.
true. Yes.
Same.
Yes.
Right.
I
And that's part of my
ignore
job.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But it was I thought it was fascinating how easily your perspective can be skewed. Mm-hmm. Your perception of things, perception that you now have discovered something great, and you can feel very empowered by that feeling. And then that really skews your perspective as you want to believe then. You want to believe
Right.
that you are awesome, you are great. And it's a fine line between hyping someone up and then believing the hype, right? I think that's always,
There's a great children's book called "It Could Have Been Worse." Do you know that one? Mm-hmm. And it's like, I think it's a mouse, and he's going along, and like all these things that he perceives as being kind of negative happens, but if you look at it from the bigger picture, he almost gets eaten by some other animal, but
and
he
then
doesn't.
something good happens, and then something.
He doesn't even realize that he actually almost got eaten. You know what I mean?
Right,
It
right.
was like,
yeah.
and so the name could have been
Yeah.
worse.
Right. His perspective was,
So
well, cool.
Yeah. I Katie, thank you for being on this episode.
Katie, got anything?
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I do. So I am the official archivist now for the DC Punk Archive. Please follow us on Instagram at, I think it's DC Punk Archive.
We'll have that in the show notes.
put that in
Joe,
the-
Joe, will
We'll
this
have a
actually make it to
link.
the show notes?
Yes.
Yeah, it is DC Punk Archive. I was right.
that was the best choice for that.
Trying to post some more like fun things from our collection. If you're for some odd reason in the DC area, we do volunteer stuff. Come see us.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That is very cool. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Did you had something else to say, Nick?
Did I?
I don't
I
know.
don't
You
know.
look
It
like
looks
you.
like-
I was
you
waiting
do?
for you to.
Are you
Sign
listening
us
to
out.
those voices on the headphones
I
right
know.
now?
Right?
Oh my
I don't know
God.
what's happening.
Yes, I
Keep
am.
looking at me.
I actually have a little.
No. I think this is Joe. Maybe this is Joe.
Is this Nick?
Maybe Nick
George.
and Georgia.
Was that
Maybe
Katie?
Georgia. Maybe not Katie. I don't know.
I think we went
Who's here?
down some hole.
Maybe depends on your perspective of a hole.
Is that
It looked
right?
like
Might be a tunnel or a tube.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Definitely stay safe. Stay curious.
read a book.
asking.
Read a book.
Questions.
Read 'em.
Question everything. Love y'all.
Bye.
Except right now.